So Baki has a Netflix problem. A few years ago, like most people, I'm scrolling through Netflix and I see this show called Baki. And I start watching it and I am confused as fuck. It was just a bunch of strong people sitting around going, I want to taste defeat. This show made absolutely no sense and I wanted to turn it off numerous times, but it had the most amazing fighting that you've ever seen in an anime. People are just beating the shit out of each other, and it was enough for me to power through it. So if I had done this review a couple years ago, I would have said, Baki is a fun show. It's just turn your brain off fighting anime and you'll enjoy it. Give it a watch, whatever. And I was completely wrong. But why is that? It's because of the 2001 anime Baki the Grappler. This is the crux of the entire story. It gives you Baki's complete background and, more importantly, his father's background, Yujiro Hanma. This badass motherfucker went to Vietnam not to fight for an army, just to fight. He beat the United States' ass so bad that they had to sign a treaty with him. This man is crazy. He's the most powerful guy on Earth. It is even shown in the original anime that when an earthquake happened, he punched the earth to silence it because the earth bends to Yujiro's will. Now, Yujiro stole Baki's mother from her rich husband just because he could, and the real reason that he took her was so he could impregnate her, so he could have a son to have a rival that he could fight that was an actual challenge. And Baki's mom spends all of her time trying to win Yujiro's affection. So Baki's entire life is just to be an opponent for Yujiro. And that sucks, man. This kid is just training constantly. And one of the reasons he does it is he just wants what other children want. His parents love. So if he thinks if he gets stronger, that eventually he could have a relationship with his mother and his father. And the original Baki the Grappler shows this entire journey, a lot of the relationships that Baki makes, and the training he does, and various conclusions that make him realize he's not like his father. His approach is totally different, and he finally does get to have a standoff with Yujiro. And spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. I'm not going to go into details of all of it, but this set the entire tone of the whole series, and for some reason, Netflix thought it was a good idea just to throw us in the middle of it. Now, despite Netflix's terrible handling and placement of this show, the fighting saved it. The fighting was so good, anybody who talked about this show, that's what they would talk about. How great the fighting was. And the father-son Yujiro Baki fight, it went viral. It was everywhere, all over social media. People were sharing the clips everywhere. They were getting on their Netflix and watching those episodes. And what's sad is they have no idea what it was about. They just knew this is a damn good fight. And that's a testament to how good the action of the Baki series actually is. But one has to ask why. When we look at other shows on Netflix, there are many reboots of a lot of things that had animes before. Hunter x Hunter, Bastard, Heavy Metal Dark Fantasy, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. All of these shows either had older animes than Baki or were going on the same time as Baki. Compare that to another anime called Kengan. Kengan is very similar. And when I watched that, I thought it was a superior show in every way because I understood what the fuck was going on. It is such a similar show that they did a Baki versus Kengan special. And that's another video for another day. But why does this even matter? Well, what it really boils down to is this. Baki is a very popular show, but had Netflix put out the original Baki or had it remade, it would be even more popular. See, many people think that Baki is just an amazing fighting anime, and they wouldn't be wrong about the fighting anime part. It's just the show has a lot more depth to it, and a lot of that is Netflix's fault because they failed to give us the proper beginning of the story. And Baki's fighting has carried it and made it one of the most popular shows on the platform, but I would argue if it had that original story arc, it would be even more popular. So I don't know why Netflix hasn't pushed TMS to adapt the original anime or just license the original anime. Now I heard that the manga authors really like the original anime. Well, if that's the case, then Netflix needs to get it. I don't care what the legal whatever problems are. If you can spend billions of dollars and try to bid for Warner Brothers, you can get the rights to the original Baki. And if you don't like the other dub and you want the characters to sound the way that they do now, just redub it. But now that we've had the Baki Do arc, which by the way is the next arc after the father son fight and showing where Baki is in the world and his place in the universe, then why not readapt the original one? Push for it, get the original show, get them to remake the show, whatever. The point is, nobody should watch a whole series and not have its beginning. That's fucking stupid. And that's my take on it. What's yours? So thank you guys for watching the Derek Ruby Show, and I'll see you guys next time.